Oh yeah, Aryan Khan got away, right? Aryan Khan. Okay. Let's do this. Let's fucking do this. Let's go. Okay, so context: Aryan Khan got caught in the jail thing for drugs or something. It was last year, October 9, 2021, and he got out like last week or something, or maybe yesterday, I don't remember. And he had a clean sheet. Like he was found not guilty.
At a time when the law is taking its course, wouldn't it be totally counterproductive to attack the NCB? Such pressure tactics are futile when the ultimate aim is a drug-free India.
Denied relief, citing non-maintainability of application.
Once again, it was a marathon hearing in the Metropolitan Magistrate Court where Team Aryan fought on the grounds that there were no drugs that were recovered from Aryan himself, an argument that was fiercely countered by the ASG that fought on the behalf of the NCB. Now Aryan is going to have to apply for bail in the Sessions Court as well.
But for
in the same barrack along with him. But until the bail application is approved, Aryan Khan stays in the jail where he will be given no special treatment by the jail authorities.
But the Bollywood has been on an overdrive to defend Aryan Khan.
Yeah.
Support messages pour in from Bollywood.
बट इन एनी केस कोई ग्रीवियंस है या कोई प्रश्न उनके मन में होता है वो कोर्ट में माननीय न्यायालय के सामने हम लोग प्रस्तुत करेंगे.
The NCB has conducted several operations in
See and claim media trial if the ultimate aim is drug-free India.
By the way, if you remember, wait, let me just, why the fuck not show it? Yeah, by the way, just so you know, 395 kg of heroin at Gujarat. Gujarat has one of the biggest ports where drugs come in India, just so you know. So obviously we won't get anyone talking about Gujarat because how the fuck can you talk about Gujarat, man? You can't talk about Gujarat like that. Do they actually think that if they made drugs illegal, drugs won't happen? Drugs have been illegal for about 50 years now. So what? The only way it can happen, only way India can be drug-free is by raising awareness about these things. Even more stigmatizing this shit, by the way. I don't know. I don't know why I'm so happy right now.
Kasturi Shankar, Barkat Rehan, Savita Raj Hiremat and Swapnil Kothari on one side. Akashdeep Savir, Zulfikar Memon is the managing partner of M. Bad, India is with you. You have done us proud. I really wonder what this star's son has specifically done to make you all proud. Can someone tell me what is it that you are so proud of? I mean, let's.
He got out, by the way. Just so you know, I'll repeat again. He got out of jail. Yeah, let me see when. Aryan Khan. NCB clears Aryan Khan of all drug charges. Narcotics Bureau has no proof against SRK's son. I don't know. It's funny to me.
Let's get that part sorted. You know.
And by the way, look at this.
Hrithik Roshan.
Free speech ke chote. Look at this. Disabled by owner. Fucking hate news channels, bro. I really do.
Kind of, the emotional catharsis of Hrithik Roshan. I mean, what are you all catharsis of Hrithik Roshan?
Law taking course. Why crime media trial? Because this is media trial. He lost a lot of the public support because of the media, even though he got a clean sheet after all. And secondly, if he did do drugs, it is important to not shame it, not stigmatize it, not make it like this debate point for TRP. It's important if you want to make India drug free. It's important for you to talk about it in a more casual way, with actual experts, with actual people who work in that field, whether it be a doctor, whether it be addiction center, like people from the addiction center, people who have suffered from addiction. If you want to make India drugs free, that's what you gotta do, not this.
I mean, what are you all truly? Just tell me, what are you all truly? No, there's nothing wrong with that. But I just want to understand, what are you celebrating about a specific individual in a narcotics case?
Nobody is celebrating.
Yes, you are.
No. Arnab, see, let me straight away come to the point. Whatever the Narcotics Board is doing, fantastic. Let them do. If you're saying, why is Mr. Hrithik Roshan saying this or somebody saying this, they are just lending a comfortable hand of comfort to the person concerned.
Yeah.
He now has a problem that he has to take care of, handle it, whether it is with his parents, with help from others. He has to tackle this situation and get out of this if he is in it. So that is the kind of letter. It is not meant to be taken as if, oh, we are supporting you and we feel that you have been wronged and the NCB is witch
Surprisingly, he was wronged.
hunting. Nobody is saying that.
Shameful.
Nobody is
Very
saying
shameful.
that. If tomorrow my kid
Very shameful.
if I find out
Take
that my
back
kid,
your words.
yeah, you may feel it shameful,
could you
ma'am.
say this?
Thank you very much. I don't need your certificate.
very shameful.
I haven't taken a COVID jab from you. I don't need your
Stop
certificate.
defending Bollywood.
Please allow people
When
to finish.
the star kid has
The
been
minute you
exposed,
speak,
send him to jail.
if your child
Send him to jail. People don't realize jail is a lot more complicated than just that. Even as a person who don't know a lot about it can make some sense of it. Like, if you go to jail doesn't mean you are guilty. You are just in jail for some time so that the court case can carry on, so you can be either guilty or not guilty. But the point here is, if you are guilty, you will go to jail. That's the thing, right? People who are guilty will go to jail. So when Aryan Khan went to jail, it was because he was guilty, not because he was under observation, not because there was a case going on him. This fucking radicalization of these ideas and these taking two different terms and kind of connecting them. Like, jail is bad. If you go to jail, you're a bad person. If tomorrow I go to jail for some like allegations on me which are false, does not make me guilty. Those are still allegations. Those are still accusations. It's a very fucking different thing. And if tomorrow, seriously, people start going to jail for taking ganja, I am sorry, 70% of this country will be in jail. Like, you don't realize, 70% of the, like, my generation people at least, 70% of us will be in jail. Like, fir karte raho, अच्छे दिन आएंगे. Seriously, what the fuck? Seriously.
sends a letter of sympathy, will you say the same thing?
Stand with NCB.
Bollywood,
India stands
you
with
people are
India stands with NCB. What does NCB do? They're investigating. They are fucking investigating. It's not the same as like making them guilty. They're not judge, jury and executioners. They accuse someone, then there's a court case. That's how it is. But you are so fucking childish that, no, you did bad, you go to jail. It's like, it makes me so fucking angry.
Bollywood into an issue and
Not with
TRP.
these juggies and nasheri.
Yeah, put them in jail, I suppose. Yeah, right? Put them in jail. Yeah, put them in jail. Yeah, put them in jail, I suppose. Yeah. I hope they know, like, bhang is also like nasha. I just find it so funny, man. I just find it so funny.
All right, one minute. Now my point is, a minute. My point here tonight is, and let's get.
Also the comments, by the way. Of SSR debates all ended up permitting. It made me realize that everybody is above the law. Dude. I was about to agree with this guy, but no. It reminds me of SSR debate, all ended up for nothing. Agreed. It made me realize the underworld of politics above the law for sure. So this dude actually believes that SSR has a conspiracy for his death, for his suicide. When SSR was murdered. Oh God, I hate these people so much.
Akashdeep, stop, please. 1 second. Kasturi Shankar is on the debate. Manvi Taneja.
Thank you for saying that. It's not about NCB versus Bollywood. And you know, Arnab, thank you so much for making it about NCB versus Bollywood.
Guys on the debate. I am on a. See, I make no generalizations. I make no personal comment.
मुझे drugs दो, मुझे drugs. I'm sorry.
I stay on the issue itself, and let's remain focused on that. My question tonight is this: see, the kind of attack that is going on one individual called Sameer Wankade Kasturi.
What?
I mean, it's unbelievable the way he is being abused on a daily basis. I mean,
in this context, maybe it's the context of attacking the NCB because they attacked Bollywood kind of thing. But at the same time, there are 1,000 people they might be catching on a regular basis who are homeless, let's just say, and they are not getting that publicity. The only reason this is getting publicity is because people are interested in Bollywood people and like high profile people. So it's like, yeah, agreed, they shouldn't be attacked, but at the same time, it's like it's gonna happen. These are the consequences of your action, Arnab, like that kind of thing.
Narcotics Control Bureau are extortioners.
Any law enforcement authority.
No, Manvi, let Kasturi go first and then you come in.
I'm not questioning on NCB.
Any law enforcing agency doing its duty is going to come under resistance, and when it's a high profile case with Shah Rukh Khan's son being involved, it is going to create a lot of buzz. So I'm an actress. I have a lot of sympathy for my industry. So I'm actually taking the softer stance here. You're saying, talking about all these attacks on NCB. I think a lot of conflict also coming from people. The people are entitled to their opinions. Social media is abuzz with both.
And as soon as social media comes in place, there's polarization, radicalization. That's just it.
Support for NCB's actions and questions raised on every count. People are asking contra questions like, "What about the other port?" and da da da.
And they say that this is now Kasturi. They say it's a Kasturi counter question to you. No, counter question to you.
We cannot have a media trial.
No, one minute. What?
Yeah, agreed with her. Actually, agreed with her. Media has already given the verdict because it did 7 fucking months ago. They made a verdict that he was Ganjedi and Aryan Khan is a druggist and like, all that shit. It's not the point. If you got the clean shit, these people don't know. The media don't know what's happening in the courtrooms, especially 7 fucking months ago. It's not possible. So I agree with this person here. Aryan is innocent, that person. This. To say that media trial, they already decided that it was bad. It was really bad.
Media trial, this favorite phrase of yours.
Media, he is so offended. Look at his fucking face. He's so offended.
One second.
It's not my favorite phrase. Arnab, you need to speak.
Okay, don't speak together, please. One after the other. Yeah. Okay, Manvi. Manvi. See. Manvi and Kasturi. Okay, Kasturi and Manvi. One line from me.
I do believe that in this particular case, the media trial has actually not happened, and it has not hampered the real trial also. What is happening right now is the law is taking its own course. All these high-profile kids, we're not talking about Bollywood kids. First of all, I don't think this is an attack on Bollywood. These are rich people, kids. These are rich kids who have gotten caught in a drug bust.
Agreed with her again. Agreed with this woman. 100% agreed. Stop. Like the media needs to stop pretending they don't do all these things.
I do believe prima facie that Aryan Khan himself, man, please give me the dignity of talking before you just keep talking on your own, because I'm not sure what you're trying to achieve here, but unless you're high as well, I think it would be a nice gesture if you just listened before you rebutted.
Okay, now since they both came onto screen, she has gotten a chance to speak. We can just check it right now, right here, right?
They're calling the NCB. What are they calling? Manvi? Extortionists? Oh, so the narcotics control.
7:45.
Manvi, let go first and then you come in.
Yeah.
Any law enforcing agency doing its duty.
She started speaking at 7:55. That's 30 seconds.
Social media is a buzz.
50 seconds. She got to speak 50 seconds without anyone speaking on top of her. And now,
What do you say? Media trial this favor.
Now she gets a chance to speak. Let's see how long she speaks. 44:30.
It's not my favorite place. No, see, Arnab, you need to
Okay, don't speak together, please.
Okay, then.
Yeah, okay, Manvi. Manvi.
See.
Manvi.
See.
Manvi.
She's trying to speak.
Kasturi, Manvi. One line from me.
I do believe that in this particular case.
Now she's speaking again.
Actually not happening.
4:20, 9:20.
Also, what is happening right now that is the law is taking its own course. All these high-profile cases, we're not talking about
15 seconds.
This is an attack on Bollywood.
Now she spoke, but she's still not being able to speak.
I do believe Prima Facie that Aryan Khan himself, man, please give me the dignity of
See.
before you just keep talking along because I'm not sure what you're trying to achieve here, but unless you're high as well, I think it would be a nice gesture if you just listen before you rebut it, whatever I haven't said yet. Okay? Thank you.
I hope she gets a chance to speak, actually.
Side you're on because you
I mean, I don't pause. I don't really have any hopes. I still hope she gets at least 15 seconds to make a point because she has made many points from what I've heard. From the media trial thing to the coverage of the high profile people. Like, she has made points. It's not like she hasn't. I'm hoping she'll get a chance to speak.
It'll have to be one at a time here.
Manvi, take a counter. Manvi says, this is a very bad media trial. Now, Manvi, let me put this to Sanjana, and then Sanjana debates with Savita.
She didn't get to. Okay.
The lawyer.
Into the debate. This argument of a media trial has to be settled in. Sanjana, media trial. Yes, Rana Daggupati and Rakul Preet were asked to appear before the Enforcement Directorate in a 4-year-old drug case in September this year. When we were reporting on it, was it a media trial, right? Karnataka Central Crime Branch arrested actress Ragini Dwivedi for alleged use of banned drugs in September 2020. When we were covering that, was it a media trial? Actor Arman Kohli.
Arrested by the.
Talk about Shah Rukh Khan's kid. Well, look at these 4 different people. We didn't media trial for them. How can you say media trial for Aryan Khan? You're fucking doing it right now.
Narcotics Control Bureau on 29th August for allegedly possessing 1.2 grams. No, don't shake your head, Akash. Let me finish. 1.2 grams of cocaine. 1.2 grams of cocaine. Right? Was it a media trial? Oh, no, so it's not a media trial.
अभी की बात करना भोसड़ी के.
If a B-rung actor, right, or someone who's not A++ actor or A++ actor's son, if that person, if anyone else is targeted, it's okay, right? I tell you,
yes.
Sanjana,
Arnabji, what's really important, this is not about a media trial. This is not about celebrities. It's not about even pertaining to Shah Rukh Khan's son. Our system, and we are here, we are all against drugs. We are all against people who promote it. But at the end of the day, ours is a reformative system. And I think we should not defame, demonize, or demoralize anybody.
Hell yeah.
At this point, all I'm saying is definitely put it through the right rung. Let it go through the right route.
Agreed.
Yeah, so what is the wrong route? Can you tell me what is the wrong route it is?
Demonizing, defaming, criminalizing, stigmatizing, those are the wrong routes.
Following Sanjana?
Absolutely. From the layman perspective, from what we have seen, the person consumed drugs. And again, that is a bailable offense from what I understand.
Did I say it's a non-bailable offense?
Not the point she's fucking making. Oh God, I fucking hate that.
Did I say it's a non-bailable offense?
Not at all.
If it was a non-bailable offense, there wouldn't be a bail plea pending. So no, I just want to understand Sanjana see. Sanjana see. Unfortunately, I have to tell you that there is such a law, and Akashdeep, stop hyperventilating, please. There is something called a law in this country. And I think
there is no link, and then now at least now can I say?
No, can I complete my statement?
No, I have to answer this first.
Yeah, Savita, I'm coming to you. 1 minute. The point is, I think what people are outraging about is the fact. The responses of this kind. Do you think the law applies to us?
Yeah.
You mean the law applies to us?
To us? Yeah. Nobody said that. No, that's the attitude. To us? What is this sensationalism? No, there's no sensationalism. To us. Yeah. We're supposed to be under the law. There's a response out there. We are under the law. People will know. No.
Okay, I have a right for my view. I have a right to have my view now. Please don't outrage.
You are the fucking host of the show. You are the host, not the participant in the debate. You are the fucking host. That's the biggest problem. That's the problem. That a debate is fixed. The debate is fixed from the perspective of the host. So whatever the perspective of the host is the answer at the end of the debate. A debate is basically people just putting out their views and trying to find common ground.
Great. Question is, let me complete my statement. I'm on the absolutely accurate point here. You know, the issue here is they're arresting us. Why? We just had some MDMA pills. Chill, man, dude. No. Chill, man, dude. It's only MDMA.
That's what this woman said. Criminalizing and defaming that. Because he is playing Aryan Khan. You're putting me in jail for selling MDMA. Like he's playing Aryan Khan, defaming him, and he got out by the 7 months after. I have no idea how they're still allowed to make news. Or like Tamasha in the name of news, but fair enough, you do you, I guess.
We all have it. A little bit of charas, a few pills of MDMA, it's cool.
How could you guys defend this?
That's the kind of attitude. That's the attitude.
Look at his smile. God, I hear it. I will give Arnab one thing. He's great at inciting violence, not in the sense of like violence, but just riling people up and hyping people up for the wrong reasons. He's great at doing that, and he's great at making money off of it. And he's great at public speaking. By no means, he'll take what she said about criminalizing and she said about media trial, criminalizing and defaming people when the law is taking its course. Let's not do that. Let's not criminalize people. Let's not defame people. And he did exactly that in front of everyone, and people will applaud at him. He defamed Aryan Khan. He criminalized him. He's saying that this is the kind of attitude people are having, and this is the like. That's exactly what this one made the point. That's exactly what she said not to do. That's amazing, actually. There's like one part of me like, holy shit, that's pretty cool.
Drug abusers.
No.
Savita is on the debate. Savita.
Yeah, please. I think the only issue is that because he is, a big actor's son, and he got into NCB investigation, and because I think we should respect NCB, and if he's not done anything wrong, why there is so much of hype and hoo-ha about it, and let the investigation, rather they should help and come out clean, and that will set an example rather than just, abusing NCB for no reason. They're doing their job, and that will actually set an example for many young kids who are getting into these kind of rich and young kids should not misuse their
fear.
The background or the family status just for these things,
Agreed and disagreed. Kind of agreed, kind of disagreed.
My point exactly, that he shouldn't be used as a poster boy in this case, that's all.
Both ways,
doesn't matter.
both ways. I
There were
want him to come
300
clean.
cases, there were 300 raids that
if he's
happened,
clean,
right?
let's
And
have
this
patience.
particular case
But
is...
no, you cannot abuse somebody like NCB kind of organization. I mean,
You cannot abuse. Yeah, people can do whatever the fuck they want, actually. Like, that's the truth. Because people are already doing whatever the fuck they want. Just saying.
The investigation agencies like that. We should
We
respect
respect the organization, we support the organization, and we want our country to be free of drugs.
Actually abusing our country's system. So let's have patience. It's just that we just need some patience and let him, if you all believe so, and if you know him so well, I don't know. I have not interacted, so I don't have any personal interaction or grudge.
Then don't have a fucking opinion. Simple as that. Don't have a fucking opinion.
Or anything against him. So I am saying even for anybody who's not understanding should have justice should have freedom to scan
only because he's Shah Rukh Khan's son, right?
Yes.
No, not at all. There are other kids also. We all are talking
No. Now you can take it back.
all other children who have also got into this group. It's not just Shah Rukh Khan's son or anything.
No, Sanjana, 1 minute. Just a minute. You see, let me make one thing clear to you, and absolutely clear to you, and Swapnil is on the debate. I'll also get in
And
Memon in
make my own
Let me make it
perspective.
clear to
Okay.
you, and you may feel bad that I'm making this point as directly. Nobody is going to be special anymore, okay? And
Okay. Define special. Just rich. Is that what that means? Because guess what? Politicians are rich. They get away with shit. So what about that then? Like there are a lot of plot holes with this shit.
I'll tell you, in this country, being unequal in effect and equal on paper before the law has been a known practice. We are going to be in the 75th year of our independence. We need to create a system. And you know what happened? I'll tell you, when the emergency happened.
Please, I hope he's not saying the UCC code, like the unified, whatever that is, uniform civil code. One rule for everyone. That's, don't f***ing do that.
Last debate, we're debating the emergency. The most unfortunate thing is, some of the greatest legends of Bollywood, used to do, Sanjana, the most disgraceful Ji Huzuri to people like Sanjay Gandhi. And the reason I'm putting this historical...
Akshay Kumar, Paresh Rawal, what's his name? The Kashmiri Files guy. Anupam Kher, Ji Huzuri, BJP is the same fucking thing.
Context is the fact that Bollywood has always had this slightly easy relationship with politicians.
Yeah.
We all party
And now you do as well. Just saying.
together. We are all friends. We move around in, you know what I mean, certain social circles. We know each other. Our families know each other, and therefore, if anything goes wrong, we'll fix it. We'll manage it, right? And therefore, who is but a Samir Wankade in this? A joint director of the Narcotics Control Bureau? Wait, here's one phone call. I'm like, one phone call will fix it, right? And what do you have to do? What do you have to do to handle it? In case things go too bad, all you have to do is that you have to, attend a few government and political events and maybe campaign for a few politicians, and things are going to be fine. You'll make sure that no Samir Wankade has the guts to ever bother you.
This guy has been speaking since the beginning, and I think I've heard him like just for like this portion.
The problem is, then comes a young officer called Samir Wankade. Right, 1 minute, everyone's on. What's happening to the windows? Then comes a young officer like Mr. Samir Wankade, right? Who does his job like he should. And then Bollywood turns around and says, wait a minute, is cocaine really illegal? No, 1 minute.
Who said that? Who the fuck is saying that?
Then they say, Akashdeep, they said just a little bit of charas. No, Akash. No.
Yeah, I actually stand by charas. I don't think it should be as bad. It should not be associated with heroin and cocaine and all those hard drugs, LSD and acid, and no, it's a very different thing. It had, from what I remember, something to do with even Hinduism and Hindu scriptures about the Vedas or something, where there were kind of mentions of marijuana. 1969, the drugs thing that happened where Nehru kind of agreed with the American, who was it, Nixon or something? I don't remember who it was. Bush? I don't know. They decided to make marijuana illegal for the United Nations, the nations of the United Nations, the members of the United Nations, because the United States of America was racist and marijuana was a African American thing. So just so you know, there's a lot of history no one talks about, because it's okay to not talk about it. Just turn a blind eye on it and just do that. What the fuck?
Absolutely. This is fictional conversations that you keep having.
Yes. Sorry.
Please allow us.
I'm telling you the reality.
You are just painting a totally different picture about Bollywood. Please allow us to answer. Let me answer.
I will, but can you fix the windows, please? Thank you.
But I won't get a chance.
Stop criticizing media.
You either support NCB or you're completely against them. Even a little bit of constructive criticism against the authority, it means you're anti-national. That's the Republicans. That's the conservatives of India. Or the world, actually. I don't know what happened to me.
Arnab, can I give you a point-by-point explanation?
Stop criticizing
No,
media.
the thing
Give
is-
us a chance. Right role.
Just 1 minute. You see the law.
Now see, now here again, somebody else is...
No. They are not. I want to disagree with this woman immediately because she has already said before here itself that Aryan Khan is Ganjadi or something. Not Ganjadi, she said something. Wait, let me see if I can find it.
Not with these juggies and nashedi.
She already made him guilty. Like he is guilty. Like kuch court ka kuch kaam nahi should. That's the problem. This ideology is what people are against over here. They are against this ideology. Guilty until proven is a pretty common idea most people have, and these people don't seem to have that. So anything she says, I'm like,
I need to get in the lawyers here. I need to get in Zulfikar Memon and Swapnil Kothari.
30 seconds before that. Arnab, 30 seconds before that, so that the lawyers can also rebut if what we are saying is wrong. Nothing, those conversations that you had, Bollywood says, oh, so what if we had a little child? Oh, one phone call. Where are you getting these conversations from?
Exactly.
Anybody in Bollywood singled out
No, I'm saying that is the...
Against Bollywood? No, Arnab, nobody said it. Why?
Exactly. I've talked about him doing that often, where he'll just make up this conversation, make up these fantasies that's what these Tuchcha Insan, these Lutian gang and all these people are saying, when the actual people are not saying any of that. Or maybe they're saying in a specific context, out of context. And that's what I'm saying, polarization, that's what happens. Yeah, I'm a fucking smart person, bitch.
Okay, 1 minute. Akash.
1 minute. Let's
Cross to the law. Can I respond to you, Akash? Can I? Now you got your 30 seconds, now I'm speaking.
They don't have anything.
Yeah, so Barka, thanks very much. A point here is, don't get outraged. All I'm saying is that in this country, and here is my view, and I will have my say without you heckling me, in this country... It's not only film stars. 1. Secondly, I will tell you, politicians. 3, celebrities of any kind, right? And I will even go to the extent of saying journalists.
What?
People from Latian's media.
I fucking called it. I fucking said. These Latian people and these are just... No one is fucking saying it.
They have been operating in a way...
Am I too loud? I think I am. I'm a bit too excited right now.
So, the common law does not apply to them. Allow me to complete my point. The common law does not apply to them. I truly believe, Swapnil, that all these people, these self-appointed high priests, must, before they carry this fake spirit of celebrityhood around them, they should all be given a simple DIY, do-it-yourself crash course in law. The shocking thing is, Mr. Memon, I believe that maybe they can turn around and say, Mr. Memon, that, we didn't know that cannabis is illegal. It's just...
Cannabis is something that needs to be legalized, first of all. Because the reason it was decriminalized, the first reason it was criminalized and the way it was done, it was wrong, first of all. Just wrong. Second of all, there needs to be more education about those topics. Not this. Those are very different things. And people, once they are educated about those topics, they learn about it. Learn the truth about it, not be afraid or feared or like, oh my god, that's no, like, just fucking learn. Don't do it. Just don't. Because cannabis is something that has, a tendency to ruin people's life completely. It's a pretty common thing. People suffer from addiction because of cannabis. It's a 100% true thing. Then the problem isn't the cannabis, the problem is addiction. Why person is addicted to something, and any fucking person out there, any psychiatrist, psychologist, or anyone who has any experience with addiction or recovery from addiction, they will agree with me over here and say addiction is something that needs to be handled with compassion and understanding and empathy. Okay, they don't need to be criminalized, they don't need to be shamed, that's not something you need to do. But doing all that is difficult. Saying it's bad is very easy. 3-letter word, it's bad. And even in this debate, he has said, it's my personal views, I can have my personal views. It's like, you are giving news, you're not giving your interpretation of the news. That's something I can do as a completely random person with, I can do that. I can give interpretations of stuff. That's what I do. And I am open about it that these are my perspectives and interpretations because I don't have a bigger audience. I don't have a job that is referring to tell people the truth. I don't need to tell people truth. I will try my best to tell people truth, but that's not because it's my job, but because I want to. And that's the difference between him. He gives his personal opinions as truth. I hate it.
Flowing freely, I'm told. The point is
it's not only a question of certain pills. Arnab, you've mentioned it very well about the standard format, what is there for punishment. But the serious issue here relating to Aryan and others is that they have been slapped with a charge called 20B, which is punishable for over 10 years. So let us talk about that because that is the more serious thing right now.
Okay.
And whatever you just said a few minutes ago, I may have to unfortunately partially disagree with you because I think the situation has changed over the last few years. Arnab, you've been witness as being on the front line of witnessing all the major cases. You know that the situation is not how it was a few years ago where there was fearlessness among the celebrities or the politicians. That's not the case. The fear is there. Everybody is conscious. We live in a world which is governed completely by transparency. We were talking about outrage. Even outrage is not in anybody's control. You know, whether it's NCB, whether it's Aryan, whether it's any...
Outrage can be incited, by the way. You know, if you hammer down one thing over and over, let me just go. You know? Let me just go to Twitter. And there's a reason. You know, it can be like the anger can be incited. Let me see, wait. Like even today, justice for SSR, justice for Sushant Singh Rajput, like it's still going, like almost 2 years, right? Yeah, it will be 2 years soon. Almost 2 years later, claims Sushant's leg was broken and there were needle marks, like fractured needle. Republic word. This is the fucking channel, Republic word. Like fractured, the staff of Cooper Hospital where Sushant Singh whatever taken, right? No clean sheet option. Yes, see, this. The more you repeat certain topics over and over and over, it is extremely possible to incite violence and anger. So, like, disagree with that one little statement over there.
So the fact is that there has to be a balance that needs to be maintained. There is no denying, and I think somebody in the panel has also said that there is no denying that NCB is doing a great job. There's no denying that.
Again, the entirety of the panel saying it's an important thing to do. Only problem is the demonizing and like defaming people on the basis of media trial instead of waiting for the court to like Arnab putting forward this idea that everyone is justifying the use of drugs. Again, there are instances where people can do that, but no one is doing that. No one was doing that over there.
The only problem is when we...
The problem here isn't the debate itself, it's the people who are hosting those debates on the media.
When we volunteer and advocate for the fact that everybody is equal before the law, if I should not get any advantage of being a celebrity's son, I should not even get a disadvantage of being a celebrity's son by...
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
Labeling, you know, I've become a...
That is I want to continue on this, Zulfikar.
Okay.
You said the following words. If I am not to get an advantage for being a celebrity's son, why should that even be an issue which should be raised? You then go to the bicameral part of it and you say, no, 1 minute. As an argument I'm proposing before you.
Yeah, sure.
Argument I'm proposing before you. Like somebody on the other day came to my program and they said that, they, you know, in another context said vicarious responsibility applies. And I said, does the system of vicarious responsibility apply to an inanimate object? Obviously it doesn't. It applies on somebody with a central nervous system and a brain. Similarly, this particular argument that you're presenting, which is two sides, if I'm not to get an advantage, I should not get a disadvantage. That ends up being a rhetorical question because the question of getting an advantage does not exist.
No.
It itself.
But getting the disadvantage of being in the public's eye through media trials like this does exist. Does 100% exist. It is happening right fucking now. The dude got a clean chit. I don't know if it was wrong or right, or if he did drugs, or if he sold drugs, if he didn't do it. I don't care. Because if the media is talking about law and legalities and all this shit, and the law and legality gave a clean chit to Aryan Khan, how fucking dare you do this shit?
It was a contravention of basic jurisprudence. No. So I say to you, I present this before you as a lawyer. Suppose I am to argue this case before you, Zulfikar. Suppose I am to argue this case before you, Zulfikar, and assume that you and Swapnil are on the bench, and I'm before you. I would say that this is just one of the 94 cases that have been handled by the Narcotics Control Bureau in Mumbai this year.
Okay.
And there have 12 major drug gangs and 300 peddlers who have been caught by this man, Samir Wankhede. On the other hand, when he carries out one particular drug bust of the rich and famous, or the children of the rich and famous, you say outrage should not exist, but outrage spills over.
Outrage is incited. Okay, outrage doesn't just happen, it is incited. And it has the opposite spectrum as well. Not talking about it at all and putting it under the fucking rug. Not talking about it at all. That's the opposite spectrum of it. We are talking about balance here. Reporting versus inciting outrage versus not reporting at all. Media does not report on inflation. Media does not report on the government's failure during the COVID waves, the second COVID wave. The media did not do a ton of shit. That's one end of the spectrum. And the other end is this. Defaming and decriminalizing these topics and what the fuck? I think it's pretty simple. At least I believe it's pretty simple unless... No, it is fucking simple. I'm not going to stand my grounds over there. It is really simple.
So
to that, Arnab, if I may one second.
And then after that, I'll get Swapnil.
Yeah, 100%. I'm saying that if you make that argument to me, and if Swapnil and I would have to assess that, the only point we would like to make is that if 94 cases had come up by Samir Wankhede or the NCB over the last 1 year, why have there been more than 100 or 200 television debates or talks about this particular...
Sorry.
Case then. That's exactly my point. Why focus more on Aryan and give him that importance? I think he's just another...
No, I don't. No, nobody knows this. No, one second.
Oh no, I'm defensive.
A minute. I now present a counter argument and then you come in, Swapnil. This is brilliant. I always wanted to be a lawyer. Now
you're not. You can never be a lawyer.
I get a chance to practice it.
Actually, I take that back. He can definitely be a lawyer. Because he's court of public opinion. That's all. That he's the lawyer of court of public opinion. And yeah, I guess he is in a way.
The question he asks is, why does the counter argument come? To which I say, Swapnil, my lord Swapnil, I would say to you, if you were on the bench, I would say to you, that there is a film producer's wife, I won't name, arrested for possession of drugs on 8th November last year. Like I said, there is Rana Daggubati and Rakul Preet asked for the enforcement directorate this year, right? I would say, don't hyperventilate. I can see you hyperventilating there, Akash. Why were those cases not reacted to in the way that these cases are?
Because you didn't promote them as much. If you did, it would have been the same case. Like somehow this debate went from NCB versus Bollywood versus NCB versus Bollywood, drugs and all this shit to, is media doing the wrong thing here? And the answer is yes. It's on the media. It's on you. What you did with those cases, what you were supposed to do with this case. Just say this happened and move on. Not have debates every fucking day.
Are being reacted to now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you didn't go ballistic. Yeah, Swapnil. Yeah, because you didn't go ballistic. Yeah, Swapnil.
Yeah, Akashdeep, now let me come in. I think I've heard everybody patiently. So I would just like to come in. Arnab, in this case, since the past 3-4 days, that has been going on, I have heard the most bizarre arguments. First is the UP elections. Second is 2 BJP people dragging Aryan Khan away. The third is some sort of a Bollywood media trial.
It's not the same. Please make that point. I love you if you make that point.
Whenever it's Bollywood, it's a media trial. And to top it all, the most bizarre was that if Arnab gets the benefit of doubt, in his case, where people are not even reading the Supreme Court judgments. Why is this celebrities are not getting a benefit of doubt? There is no question of benefit of doubt. It is a very fallacious argument to make. When all fails, then you start attacking the NCB and attacking one of its stellar officers.
No.
Aryan Khan being caught in the net is only accidental. What is more fundamental is the drugs issue, as it rightly pointed out, that if India needs to be drug-free, you need to catch an overall. Now,
No. That's how you criminalize it. And criminalizing it doesn't stop it. Ever. You putting fear in people's minds for drugs won't change the fact that drugs will still exist. If someone has a problem with addiction, removing the substance from their life won't change the fact that they still have addiction.
Coming to the, my learned friend's argument that why are we not discussing the other cases? The other cases do not make it to the media as much as this does, simply because this has been carried out in the backdrop of what transpired last year.
No. Disagree.
So that is the reason why this makes it to the media. And what happens is,
because if you wanted to talk about drugs bust and all this shit, you would have talked about what happened in Gujarat this year itself. They have been catching like cocaine and heroin in the Gujarat ports. Like I remember seeing him three times this year itself. None of that came onto debates. Like, just saying. Did they? Unless I'm wrong. Okay. Unless I'm wrong. Let me just see. See. That's what happens. There's just 2-minute segment. 1-minute segment. Another just 2-minute segment. Another 2-minute segments. We talked about it. 1 minute. Massive drug bust. That's another 1.26 minutes. There's no debates on this. Unless they are, and not just, let's say, drug debate. Bollywood drug racket explodes. See? Bollywood lines up. And see? Shaheen Bagh drug. See? Clean up Bollywood. See? Sushant Singh. See? Republic Media. See? Bollywood. Are you fucking serious right now?
that incidentally there is a star kid involved. So that is the reason why this makes it the media.
It's not incidental. It's not coincidence. There's a reason why this is being debated. It's because it's Aryan Khan. It's because it will get you the most eyes. It will get you more TRP. How?
Yeah, all the more so.
But that's the point.
Rightfully,
that is the point.
But that's the point. No, let me finish. Let me finish, Zulfikar. Let me finish. The point that I'm trying to make is that because what happens is now let me put a very potent argument here. That when the media is there, the celebrities use the media to promote their own good deeds. Likewise, they're always under the lens for doing a good deed, even when others are doing bigger good deeds. But the point is that when somebody gets caught in the net doing a wrongdoing, then why do we raise a ruckus about it? Why can't we just let it lie? The reason why Arnab is taking a debate today, not because it's Aryan Khan there, because
it is 100%. 100% because it's Aryan Khan. Shut the fuck up.
Which is facing the heat. That is the reason why he's taking up.
If it was a problem of drugs, they would have debated Gujarat drugs, things that happened many times.
Because what happens is that people...
That's a blatant lie. It's like, it's not even like a hidden lie. It's not even dog whistle. That's a blatant fucking lie. Yeah, please speak.
I mean, Akash, I'm surprised. Why are you taking this sort of a stand?
There is one mistake.
Okay.
No, Swapnil. So let me tell you, Swapnil, there are two things I countered. I completely disagree with you that certain cases come to light. Every case that Arnab reported has come in the papers. How many primetime debates were held on the Gujarat drug bust,
Fuck yeah.
drug bust, the Rana Dugabati case? No.
Don't you understand? No, one minute.
Everybody's
One minute. Just a minute. No, 1 minute.
Now he's defensive. Now he's getting angry because it's like he's hearing the truth.
We caught several kilograms of gold at Indira Gandhi Airport. So then the leader that the airport is named after is complicit. It's just it's kind of a ridiculous argument.
I tell you one thing. I tell you one thing. I believe.
Thank you.
I believe, and I will say this. I will say this. Yesterday, and now please hear. I want to say something.
Yeah.
You know, you people, Akashdeep, you people. I name you specifically.
Okay.
You people went to town trying to curb me from reporting the Sushant Singh Rajput case. 1 minute. These people, 1 minute. These people, and by people I mean, honorable people, but misguided people like Akashdeep.
Misguided.
They get so, they don't want us to report anything.
See, make an argument so radical you cannot counter it.
That side of your window I am
1 minute. Doesn't matter. I'm telling you something.
When I'm on that side,
Yesterday.
When I'm on this side of the argument, I'm a bad person.
Doesn't matter. Both my eyes are functioning as of now. When I
Yeah.
reach your age, I might have trouble. So
No,
I'll continue.
your eyes are functioning just to see at things that you want to see.
Now, my point is, my point is, I won't discuss your age. I'll leave it at that. My point is, these people, viewers,
I do.
people like Akashdeep, Mr. Memon, they went and tried to file public interest litigations to stop my reporting in the Sushant Singh Rajput case. I think
Yeah.
one of the biggest news stories yesterday, also not reported in the Latvian media, is that the Honorable Delhi High Court refused to entertain a frivolous public interest litigation seeking to restrain Republic and me from broadcasting any news pertaining to any criminal investigation in the name of investigative journalism. So what the Delhi High Court said yesterday is that I'm entirely in my right.
You're not. You're not. Just because you're in the right, it's a loophole. Consider it as a loophole. Because you incite violence, you dog whistle all the time, whether it be against the minorities, whether it be against the liberals, whether it be against Bollywood, whether it be against people, you dog whistle all the time. None of it is investigative journalism. You come to the conclusion first, you decide who is guilty first, and then you find proof or statements, fantasies, Bollywood saying it's okay to do drugs. No one has said that, but you will define that as journalism, right? These fantasies, these delusions.
To report. And people like you, Akashdeep, and lobbies like you cannot stop me from reporting. And you were threatened in our reporting in the Sushant Singh Rajput case. You were threatened in our reporting in the Sushant.
Also, there's one more thing, law. Like law as general, rules and all these things, they are created by men in power. Like no matter what kind of law it is, whether it be religious law, whether it be Quran ka ya fir Gita ka ya Bible ka ya fir Constitution ka, no matter what it is created by law. Are you a law student? No, I'm not. I'm a no student. I'm just a thinker. Overthinking karta main. But if you are what I was saying, like if there's a law or regulation, they are created by men in power usually, and men usually. The problem with that is just because that law has been made doesn't mean that law is right. Now, obviously, take that out of context, say all the laws exist and all of them are wrong. I'm not saying that. There are certain laws that need to be refreshed every now and then. These people think that law must be upheld by all means, and the moment the law is changed, farmers protest ka yaad aa jata hai. How dare they change the law? Laws are made to be changed. That's why the what's the word? I forgot the word. But there's always different versions of the law changed every some time, every few decades or maybe few years. It's because it is important. It's important for the laws and rules to change according to the times. खत्म ही हो गया ये वीडियो 10 मिनट.
Media trial in that case too. Yes, you did. You said media trial in the Sushant Singh Rajput
Yes.
case as well. So report.
Yes, media trial. Riya Chakravarti. You kind of made her look like a bitch and a witch and every bad person, but she wasn't. It was a fucking suicide.
What the Delhi High Court said yesterday.
We have media trial. If it is constructive, more power to Republic team and India stands with Arnab Goswami.
Stop it.
Akashdeep, the only point. Akashdeep, just hear me out for 1 minute.
Stop pandering.
Akashdeep, 1 minute. Akashdeep, 1 minute. Hear me out. I've heard you. Just hear me out.
Akashdeep and Sanjana John. Akashdeep,
please hear me out. What I'm trying to say is, that you're not allowed. No, I've heard. No.
Somehow he has made so many points, but none of them have been answered. Like his big question, like why are you giving this case so much more importance than others? Why are there debates on this Aryan Khan and not others? No one is answering that. Just changing the topic completely.
You have not allowed. I don't know why you have a problem with NCB doing its job.
No one said that. See, again, feeding words in people's mouth. No one is saying that. Say, why are you focusing on this and defaming them? That's not the NCB's job. The NCB's job is to get that. इसकी बैटरी खत्म होने वाली है.
NCB doing its job. Why do you have a problem with media?
हाँ, खत्म होने वाली.
I'm really. I want to apologize to these lobbies.
The thing is, they keep on saying that don't defame, don't criminalize, let the law take its place, and they are saying, how dare you, how dare you, how dare you, how dare you. That's what's happening. Why aren't you letting NCP do the job? They are letting them do the job. They are saying you to not talk about it. That's what I'm saying.
Really sorry if our reporting is making them feel like common citizens of India. You should be proud to be a common citizen, an average citizen. I'm really sorry, Sanjana, if some of the work that we do, some of the issues that we highlight make you feel like the same law applies to you, put your feet on the ground, make you realize.
I fucking hate how condescending it is. Okay, wait.
1 minute. Manvi, why don't you as an experiment, since you are very much in awe of Singapore and Dubai, right? No problem. I know Bollywood loves Dubai. I don't know why. I don't know why Bollywood loves Dubai. Bollywood just loves Dubai. Why Bollywood loves Dubai is what.
See, again, we talked about this like just now with the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Wait, like this, right? This is media manipulation. I've talked about this in the previous video. Link, whatever. So, guilt by association. You know, charsi banana, that's happening. Just a little poison, धीरे-धीरे करके थोड़ा criminalize करना, defame करना, खराब है, ये है, वो है, झूठ. You know, fantasies and all that. Make it funny. I guess इतना नहीं हो रहा यहाँ पे, but yeah, in a way, yeah. Making jokes about the problem, that's in a way, that's what's it. In the media, you can come out looking objective with a pass if you use this technique while still destroying your image. It is one of the most commonly used approaches by the media in article. You start and close that report with negativity and doubt. This leaves a black cloud over their character. You get a free pass and you still get to be very nasty. Like, yeah. Stacking experts. कोई नहीं expert, घंटा कोई expert है. Ridiculing and labeling, yes, that's also happening. Reputation, we know SSR के साथ क्या हुआ है. We know Aryan Khan के साथ कितना हुआ था. Make the devil look like God and God look like devil himself. Yeah. Have you ever wondered why the media narcissistically loves to see themselves as the protector and keeper of the truth? Directly associated with Arnab over here. I am the truth. I am a journalist. You know, that kind of thing. So yeah, but there's a 100% aspect of media trial happening. The fact that he's completely denying it is stupid, even though it is happening 100%.
One of the mysteries of this country. I don't know. They just have this affinity towards. My question is. See, I'll get Mr. Memon to come in, and can I finally go to? See, under the law, which unfortunately exists, Manvi. Unfortunately, Sanjana, it exists, and unfortunately, it applies to everyone, including you.
That's not the point anyone has made over here, by the way. Okay. ये जो point बना रहा है कि the point that the law applies for everyone. No one is saying that it doesn't. If the law applies for anyone, this does not come under law. And that's the problem. That you are talking about one specific case over and over, defaming, criminalizing all this stuff about a person without any truth or without any of the what do you call it? Proofs.
Section 29 and 30. A, there is a crime. Second, right? Criminal conspiracy or abetment of the crime under NDPS, punishment is same as the offense. And in fact, to extend this, while I tell you need to look at this law, preparation to commit the offense. I did not sell drugs, but I was preparing to sell drugs. I did not consume MDMA, but I was preparing to consume MDMA. Allow me to complete. You don't catch it.
Absolutely. No, the argument must be, the argument on both the sides must have happened on the facts of the case. But the magistrate could not have passed the order today because he was not within his jurisdiction to do it. As I mentioned sometime back, 20B, section 20B, which is slapped on everybody, is you said, Arnab, but that constitutes of something more serious, which is punishable by 10 years. I think that constitutes of not only preparing, as you said, Arnab, but that constitutes of something more serious, which is manufacturing, producing, transporting. All of these things have been slapped on all the accused persons.
That's right. Now, Zulfikar, just to counter that point, this is the point that NCB will have. If they've slapped a particular section, they know why they've slapped it. Obviously, they have some evidence to buttress that section. Otherwise, they'll be.
They didn't somehow. What about that now? They didn't. He got out. What about that? Making the assumption that, well, they did, that they might have
looking like fools if they want to do that.
Sorry, I've been streaming for like 6 hours now. Come on, give me a break.
Sure. The NCB officer knows what is the law under the NDPS Act, just as you and I know. That's the only central act that we have. Now, that is the point that I'm trying to make, is that Samir Wankhede knows this, what I have not liked, and nowhere has the media reported it wrongly. It has reported it perfectly. And
no, they haven't reported anything. They have demonized it. That's the point.
So there is corroborative evidence.
या बंद और 1.5 घंटे का मैं नहीं देख रहा, अभी हो गया बहुत, बैटरी भी खत्म होने वाली मेरी।